Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost says he's released all the documents, the video, and the audio clips generated by the Bureau of Criminal Investigation into the shooting of Jayland Walker. 268 investigative documents have been posted on the AG's website, made available to the public in what Yost says was a way to prove the investigation was truly independent. News 5 investigator Joe Paganakis went through all those files tonight to show us what the public will find when they get online. And Joe, we're talking about a massive amount of information here.
The investigative documents in the police shooting of Jayland Walker include more than 900 evidence photos, 95 police body cam videos posted on a separate YouTube page, and audio clips of police officer interviews conducted by BCI investigators.
We're putting everything out on the web, and that's the reason we're doing this.
Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost announced the posting of nearly 300 investigative documents on his webpage, including this prosecutor's summary with detailed outlines on how officers responded, confirming Jayland Walker did not have a criminal history and was not a suspect in any crime prior to the deadly chase, but said Walker was not acting like himself the night of June 27, 2022, after his fiancée died in a car crash in late May. According to the prosecutor's summary, Walker was having what investigators called a difficult time dealing with her death. The files released show how BCI investigators conducted dozens of interviews with the 47 officers involved and the 8 Akron officers who fired shots as Walker ran away from them.
There needs to be confidence in the members of the community that this was independently investigated, that it was thorough, that it was expert.
The files included these overhead animations synced with police body cam video showing the position of Jayland Walker to the officers who were chasing him when they shot him more than 40 times.
Have you had a chance to watch your body camera before this interview?
The files released by the Attorney General also include actual audio interviews conducted by BCI investigators with the officers involved. One of the Akron officers, who has still not been identified, who fired at Walker, explained what he saw during the June 27th incident.
Very distinctively, I remember him and see him put his hands into his waistband area. Again, like I said, that's where people normally keep firearms and weapons.
The files released also included 95 body cam and surveillance videos on a separate YouTube page that were used in the BCI investigation. Also released some 900 photos that were taken at the scene and during the investigation that were put into evidence. Yost is hoping releasing the BCI reports will show his office is operating with transparency in how it handled the investigation and supplied the special grand jury with information in the case.
And I think if you go through the whole file that will be available to you, you will come to the same conclusion.
And a link to the Ohio Attorney General's Jayland Walker investigative documents page is posted right now on news5cleveland.com. We also had the chance to speak with Bowling Green criminal justice professor Philip Stinson tonight to get his evaluation of the information released on how officers responded in this case. Stinson told me he thinks it's an unfortunate case that was not handled well, and he adds the officers involved could face other penalties and prosecution.
We're still going to see if there are federal charges forthcoming in the next months, and also whether administrative sanctions might be forthcoming within the agency. It's possible that one or more officers actually loses their job as a result of this shooting. We'll just have to wait and see.
Professor Stinson also said in his evaluation, quote, "We need to see whether some of these officers need to be retrained, whether they need to rethink their academy training, because there seems to be a loss of situational control in this case." Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm News 5 investigator Joe Paganakis.
That's a lot, Joe. Thank you very much. We will have full coverage of the grand jury's decision not to indict the officers involved in Jayland Walker's death throughout the night and in the coming days. You can stay with News 5, both on air and online.